Welcome to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone. We're live inside Muscatine Hy-Vee on 2nd Avenue in Muscatine, streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Now, here's Tony Tone.
All right, it's Friday at Hy-Vee Today. This is Tony Tone. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm proud to say that I remembered to wear a blue shirt today. So did Ryan, so did Chad, so did Betsy. So the Hy-Vee Today show is representing. And Chef Tess also, of course, got the cool chef shirt. Is it called chef shirt? Chef jacket. Chef coat, chef jacket. Yes, love it. And you can see that I hung on to the bouquet of pinwheels that they brought us last Friday. And we're talking all about great childhood Muscatine. So if you're wearing blue today, use that hashtag and support this day. Hopefully you remember to wear blue. I dropped my oldest son off at school. He has a blue shirt on. There we go. Hashtag great childhood Muscatine. Wear blue today as we, April is Child Abuse Prevention Month. And then what you do is you slide this off, and then we can keep this on display for as long as we need to. So that's pretty cool. Happy to be a part of that. Even Steve Graham has a blue tie on. So that is cool. He's got a blue tie on. All right. Chef Tess has a couple things going on per usual. Today is a special day for public health. It's been National Public Health Week all week. Our friends at Unity Point Health, different events throughout the community, and they will be here in the store after 2:30. And Chef, you're doing some demos at what time? 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. And what are you demoing? Do you know yet? Oh, you don't have a mic? Chef's getting a mic on, everybody. That's all right. Please stop by the store starting at 2:30 till I think the Unity Point folks are here till 6:30. That's pretty cool. And they will have a bunch of information near the entryways. And you have a bunch of vegetables. I can see that, right?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Cool.
I'm going to be doing, it's going to be a low carb
nice
pasta salad.
Okay.
Diabetic friendly.
Cool.
So I'm actually using these for the first time. It's a shirataki pasta. It's made out of soybeans.
Wow.
Looks like cooked pasta, so we're messing around with that today. Should be pretty fun. But I'm going to do like a really nice chilled pasta salad with a low sugar vinaigrette.
Cool.
And sampling that out from 3 to 4 today.
Excellent. Okay, so people can stop by and try that.
Yeah.
That's great. All right. Perfect. I love it. So this is a busy weekend. There's a lot going on. One of the events that is happening this weekend takes place on Sunday, and we're going to talk about it with our first guests. Jenny and Kathy are here talking about the Special Needs Easter egg hunt. Good to see you. Thanks for coming. I'm so happy that you're here. So I was at MCSA the other day, and I was walking downstairs with Charlotte, and there was one of your flyers taped up. And I took a picture of it, and we showed it on the show the other day. And you're ready to go this Sunday, right?
Yes, correct. Sunday from 2 to 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's at the Rockin' Boots Ranch?
Rockin' Boot Ranch.
Okay.
It's a horse farm, and
okay.
We have lessons, boarding, and training, but we host this event so that we can help the community celebrate.
Sure. And this has been going on for how many years now, the Special Needs Easter egg hunt?
This is the 11th year.
Wow.
Kathy and I took it over last year, so
Okay.
this is our second year doing it. It
Yeah.
was previously done by Cammie Olmstead and
Sure.
a lady named Karen.
Yeah.
And they couldn't do it anymore,
Okay.
so I got a hold of Kathy and I said, I have a special needs daughter, so it's important for me to see this continue. So I got a hold of Kathy and I said, we need to continue this. And she said, yeah, sure. Well, then last year I had some of my own health issues, but Kathy made sure it happened.
Wow.
And then this year we're working on it together, so.
I'm not trying to be Debbie Downer, but it might snow and rain on
might.
Sunday. So do you have plans to be in one of the buildings?
we are inside.
Okay.
It's in our indoor arena.
That is
and
great.
No matter rain, snow,
Right.
You name it, whatever Muscatine, Iowa can give us, we will be having this event no matter what. So we will be there, yes.
And it's so great to have an event for special needs. Is it children and adults, or
Children
Yes.
and adults.
Perfect.
Yes.
There's absolutely no age limit. Children,
Great.
adults,
Okay.
any wheelchair situation, walker situation, our footing can provide anyone to attend. And as far as parking, you can unload visitors right at the front door and be
Sure.
able to access that very easily. So it's handicap friendly, as well as basically any special needs can join us.
I have a brother-in-law who has severe autism, Nolan, and I think he's gone to this event. I know that I saw pictures from last year, and how many? Do you know how many folks came out? I mean, was it?
We probably had about 75,
Wow.
I say, people,
That's
and
fantastic.
kid-wise,
Yeah.
and then you add the parents, and so there was quite a few.
Yeah.
So we do have a graphic pulled up on the screen. This Sunday, Rockin' Boot Ranch, 2505 Bayfield Road. Show up and have a good time. And again, the importance of events like this, it just kind of makes sense. It doesn't matter that Easter was last Sunday. We're still in the Easter spirit.
Right.
Last year, Easter was on like April 15th. I don't know if people
Right,
remember
I know.
that.
Yeah.
And I
you know?
think just having it after Easter, you're not competing with any other
Exactly.
family or other activities, and it just allows everyone to join and not have a reason that
Sure.
we would come up with the problem with attendance.
So when you have an event like this, there's a lot of work that goes into it, certainly.
Absolutely.
And whether that's just sort of like coordinating or having enough volunteers the day of, getting things ready, but then also like having the items, whether it's stuffed eggs or whatever.
Yeah.
Right? So
Right.
you've had some good support from the community as well.
Fortunately,
Yeah.
I think that, like First National Bank and Community Bank and a lot of the people in the
Y.
community, the Y, come forward and just expect to donate. And it makes our job easy.
Sure.
And then our 4-H group helps Stampeding Clovers help with the hands of it and getting
Cool.
it to be done and enjoying it as well. So it's taken care of by just a lot of people with a big heart, and they
Yeah.
want to enjoy it too on the helping end.
Yeah, last Friday afternoon, as a matter of fact, our Stampeding Clovers stuffed eggs with Sheriff C.J. Ryan
I was
and a
gonna
couple
say,
of them that
he's-
came out.
He's in
Sheriff
there.
is
Yes,
watching us
yes,
now.
yeah.
Yes, and he comes out every year and
Yeah.
helps. Him and his wife, they come
Sure.
out and volunteer their time every year, and the kids absolutely love it. And even some of the adults,
Oh,
they,
yeah.
they really enjoy it. And a lot of these kids and adults can't participate in the traditional egg hunts,
Sure.
which is another reason why we hold this. My daughter, for instance, doesn't do well at a traditional egg
Oh,
hunt.
yeah.
She's very tiny for her age. She's a second grader, but she doesn't look like it.
Sure.
And so being that small and petite, she tends to get run over at a traditional egg hunt.
And it's
So-
tough because even if an event is well organized and there's different ages, what happens is chaos. Right?
It's
I mean,
normal. It's normal.
Yeah, it just happens.
It's okay.
Kids are excited,
Yes.
and it's, sometimes the parents are too excited, quite frankly. And again, I've been to events that have been unbelievably well organized, thought out, and it's still just chaos. Somebody gets knocked over.
It's a very laid back, enjoyable,
Sure.
and there's no rush, there's no hurry. I have approached a mother in a store and invited her son. I said, and she says, "We don't go to events like that." I said, "Well, but this is different. It's laid back, it's
Right.
quiet, it's not a rushed." Worry situation, and it's very, very enjoyable. After the event itself, we have crafts, and we have petting zoo from the Goddard's farm, and we'll have animals, and what better way to enjoy your time than petting on some animals. So
Yeah, and it can also be so therapeutic for
Very much
folks,
so.
adults, children with special needs, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, horses
Very
for
much
sure.
so.
Between
Obviously,
the
we know that,
horses
yeah.
and the emus and the
Sure.
pigs and whatever the Goddard
yeah.
family brings, it's
it's therapeutic for all of us, let
Yeah.
alone
Yeah. Absolutely.
special needs. So it's a good time.
How many volunteers will you have Sunday? Because again, if you're having 75 to 100 people, you got to have good
Right.
support as well.
Right.
And
Well-
obviously, the parents and caregivers will probably be there, so that's good.
Right.
Yes.
Nobody's just going to show up and drop somebody off,
On
right?
on Good Friday we had over 40
Wow.
volunteers, and that was just people that just took time out of their day and said, "Hey,
Yeah.
I can help," and we stuffed those eggs in no time. And so I can imagine we'll be hitting 40 plus on Sunday as well. So
Now,
And
at
then-
this point, the Friday before the event, again, the 11th annual Special Needs Easter egg hunt on this Sunday, do you need anything? Are you You know what I mean?
I think we're good. I think we're set.
I think as far as donations go, we're pretty set
Yeah,
this
Okay.
year.
we're
We've even
fortunate.
had some some businesses that didn't donate last year that
Sure.
donated this year.
That's
I think
great.
Starbucks was one.
Cool.
Made Right donated this year.
That's
Yes.
good.
So yeah, it's the community support and those donations are very important.
Right.
Debbie on Facebook says her son is in a wheelchair. Bring him out.
Wheelchair
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yes,
absolutely,
the footing
Debbie.
for
Yeah.
wheelchair. It's a lime hard base. The
Okay.
ground. We've allowed the arena to get a little harder to
Sure.
accommodate wheelchair. Uneven ground is handled the best we can handle it. But I recommend just coming and trying it. You're certainly not going to be out, and we'll accommodate you any way we can.
And this, as much as it isn't, I mean, it's not about how many eggs can you get. It's really just
There's
about coming together, having
More
a
than
good time.
more of it. There's more than enough eggs.
Last year we had
So for some of
Yeah.
the kids, if they're concerned about having enough eggs,
there's
or
more than
whatever,
enough.
that's
Last
good.
year we
Okay.
had 4,000 eggs.
Whoa.
And I
Yeah.
think we're probably close to that
I
again
think
this year.
we've hit it, yeah. So, and it's more than
Wow.
just the egg hunt. It's the enjoying the animals, the horses,
Sure.
the crafts, and just socializing. And I know socializing sometimes is hard for autistic and different special needs. So
Sure.
it's definitely an opportunity to try it out and see if it works, and come back next year too, because we'll plan on doing it every year.
As much as the socialization is good for the kids and adults, it's almost better for the parents
Absolutely.
and caregivers, because not to say that everyone isn't involved or actively out in the community, but there's not a lot of events like this. Now, certainly there are great things, Special Olympics, but again, it's always nice for parents to be able to assimilate with other parents and understand, even if your child doesn't have the same things going on, you're sort
Right.
of, you can have a lot of empathy for each other,
Absolutely.
understand your
Absolutely.
situation, and probably make some friends too.
Absolutely.
quite
Oh,
frankly,
absolutely.
right?
We've made, I think our family, we've been doing this for 5 or 6 years now with
Yeah.
our daughter, and we've made lots of friends by doing so.
Sure.
The importance of it, the first year we took her, I was a little nervous at first because I wasn't sure if it was going to be chaotic or not. But to be able to put her on the ground and let her crawl and get the eggs and not have to be toppled over
Yeah, true.
was amazing.
No, you're 100% right, and I really think that, I don't see differences when I see people with special needs. You know what I mean? Even sometimes if it's
Absolutely.
even if it's a visible whatever, don't see it. And that's because I have a cousin that's like 42 maybe that has special needs. So my cousin Michelle has been in my life my whole life, and her mom, my Aunt Maureen that just passed away, she was very much like, there's no difference. We're all just people at the end of the
Yeah,
day,
absolutely.
right? So that's how I hope to obviously raise my own kids, with just the sense of so what? We all have our own challenges. We all have things that make us, unique or
Right,
different.
absolutely.
Sometimes it's a quirky thing. But yeah, I mean that, I just hope that you continue this event. And then you also do something for Halloween. Is that correct?
We do a barn party for Halloween where we dress up all the horses, and we have an attendance of, I don't know, 20
Quite
plus
a
horses.
few, 20 plus
Wow.
horses,
And we
and then a
encourage
kid's costume,
come.
and yeah,
And it's
Kendall.
another free event.
Kendall, my special needs daughter, participates every year, and she absolutely loves it. She
So
has
is
a
that
ball
in
with it.
October?
It's in October,
It's the
November,
it's the
around Halloween. time.
Saturday after Halloween.
Perfect. So I love that you're giving everybody a break from.
You just get a break
Yeah.
because there's so much competition, and not that we want to rise above anyone's
No, but
event,
you're right.
you want to be able to attend all of it and
Sure.
take advantage, and so it does help to kind of be able to just do each and everything.
Well, and be honest, Kathy, at this point, candy's getting a little low
Yeah.
at the house, and you're just trying to restock the sugar supply.
Right.
Mom and Dad
Right.
need more sugar, right?
Well, if that's the case, come on Sunday.
Yeah, I think I've had like 27 mini Snickers this week, and the bag just doesn't, it's on top of our fridge for whatever reason, and I keep looking at it, and I keep thinking, surely today is going to be the day that there's not a mini Snickers in there.
Right,
Nope, there's another
right.
one.
Yep.
But no, I do think it's important to have events like this. I know that it's a lot of work, so to have the resources and the support to have a location that you can be indoors.
Yeah.
Again, in a perfect world, it's April. It should be 70 degrees.
That's right.
But it's going to rain and snow, but it doesn't matter.
Wear your coats.
Wear your coats, your hats, and your gloves, whatever you need.
Right.
It'll still come out.
But we'll do it no matter what, cold,
Sure.
rain, snow, whatever it gives us, we'll have the event. So.
And it'll be a great event. And, I'll say this, if you're like folks like our friend Debbie, who's with us usually most days in the live stream on Facebook, and you have a special needs son or daughter or grandchild, or maybe it's a neighbor and they don't know about this, tell them about the event.
It's free,
right?
and the more the merrier. We will not run out of eggs.
Sure. 4,000!
You cannot run out of animals to pet. There's plenty to go on. So 2 hours worth of just enjoyment and laying back and just enjoying the day. So
it's going to be a lot of fun for sure. Can we pull up the graphic one more time so that we can give the address to everybody? Or no? Yes? All right, cool, sweet. So it's this Sunday, starts at 2 o'clock. No cost to get in. Parking is available. Yep. Everything is accessible. And the 11th annual.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah. So you hope to be doing this
every year, it's Sunday after Easter.
Yeah, no slowing down, right?
No slowing down.
So again, the address, you can see it on the screen, 2505 Bayfield Road, 2 to 4 o'clock, ready to go this Sunday. So whether you're watching us live or on the rebroadcast tonight on Muscatine Power and Water, or even on Saturday's rebroadcast, keep in mind this event is this Sunday, April 8th from 2 until 4. If you have any questions, Kathy's phone number is right there.
There it is.
So
Contact
free
me
to
on
call
Facebook.
Kathy.
I'm on Facebook.
Yes, absolutely.
We have a Facebook page, the
an
Muscatine
Instagram
Special
page,
Needs,
right?
and an Instagram page.
Perfect.
Contact either one of those pages if you have any questions, or call Kathy.
Sure.
She'll be happy to answer any questions they may have.
I can't wait. I'm happy for you to keep doing this. Thank you for doing this, by the way. 4,000 eggs. Do you like say, all right, open the egg and then give us the egg back so you don't have to? Okay.
We
We
try to
do.
keep the
Okay,
eggs
that's
so
good.
we can have them for the following
Right.
year. Sometimes we lose some, but a lot of times people donate filled eggs that
Good.
are already filled, which makes our job a little easier
Right.
yet.
I was
right.
going to say, please leave the eggs behind.
Yes, they leave them in.
yeah.
It makes it that much more we can invest in the following year.
Absolutely.
So.
Well, thank you both for coming on. Kathy, good to
Thank
see you.
you. It's
Jenny,
good to see
thank
you.
you
Thank
so
you
much.
so much for
thank you
having
for
us.
doing this. And, as we start talking about Halloween and that gets closer, come back on the show and we'll talk about
I
that,
will,
okay?
For sure.
All right, Muscatine 11th Annual Special Needs Easter Egg Hunt this Sunday starting at 2 o'clock. If we could, Chad, how about the chef test cam? That's what I was going to say. Now, are those aren't Brussels sprouts, right?
Again,
Why? What is the deal with the Brussels sprouts?
They are delicious and
Did
they're good for you.
Did I lose a bet or something? Like, how good can they be?
They're so good. They're delicious.
Really? Are they
I don't
gonna?
understand why you don't like
Are they gonna make me better looking? I don't understand what the deal is.
I don't know, maybe.
So where are they gonna go? Which dish are they gonna go in?
These are gonna go in the pasta salad I'll be sampling
Okay.
later. So it's gonna be a combination of fresh and raw vegetables.
Okay.
And roasted vegetables.
Okay.
So there's like a nice difference in flavor and texture there.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be roasting these in a little bit of olive oil and salt and pepper,
Okay.
cooling them down, and then incorporating them into the pasta salad.
All right. So I will try it because I'm a good sport, and I of course am excited that it is National Public Health Week, and we're excited to have the folks out here. But you know how I feel about Brussels sprouts.
I will change your mind.
You will change my
will.
mind. Ooh. All right.
One of these days I will.
Make me a believer, Chef Tess.
I'm going to.
Oh, terrific. Okay. All right, we'll check back in with Chef Tess in just a few. Can I have a look at the aisle cam up front just because that was a really fun perspective? The camera is situated right near everybody's favorite, Sherry, one of the great personalities that's here at the store. And she's probably working hard at this moment. Yep, you can see Sherry. Just the top of her head, and then you can see Skylar, who's helping out bagging groceries, and a couple of folks waiting in line. And today's episode of Hy-Vee Today apparently brought to you by Mentos and Kit Kat. You too could become a sponsor of this show. I like Mentos. Sometimes you get a Mentos that's a little stronger than you were anticipating, and then your mouth burns. You ever had that happen? Maybe that's just me. Wash it down with a Kit Kat. All right. Perfect. So, yes. All right. Our next guest is here. Mayor of Muscatine, Diana Broderson, is back. How are
Hi,
you?
Tony. Good.
Good to see
Good,
you.
thank you.
Yeah, thanks for coming back. You wore blue. Of
Oh,
course.
absolutely. It's
Right.
Blue Out Day.
That's right. Everybody has to wear blue today, Mayor. And I wasn't going to forget. My wife did remind me. And it was fun when I was taking my oldest son, Henry, to McKinley to see the amount of kids in blue.
Oh, yes.
Pretty cool.
Yes.
I don't want to say it was all of them, but it was like 98%, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty awesome.
We want to get pictures of everybody in blue.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. So I wonder, because you probably have to go to work at the Y.
Yes.
A lot of blue will be there.
Oh, you bet.
And then hopefully at City Hall,
Yes.
everybody's blued out.
Yes.
So you'll be in a couple different pictures.
Oh, yes. We just we had a big city breakfast this morning
Oh
for
my
staff.
gosh. Was that
Yes,
today?
So that was today. So
Okay.
I'm just coming from that and just looking out on the group of employees for the city. There was a plethora of blue shirts.
Wow.
Love it.
So the City Recognition Breakfast, which is a very cool event.
Yes, it is.
And a lot of folks will show up, whether they're heading to work or while they're working, take a break and come
Yes.
out. And there's a lot of acknowledgement for folks that have been there a number of years.
Yes.
A lot of retirees this year.
There were about 5
Wow.
retirees
Okay.
this year, but some staff been there 40 years, and
Wow.
it's important to give them the
Yeah.
credit because they're the ones that are doing the work of
Sure.
Muscatine. It's not
Yeah.
those of us behind the scene. It really is those frontline
Absolutely.
workers that are putting in the day-to-day hours, making Muscatine the great community it is.
Yeah, when you see those men and women that are out there, I mean, I often think of like the folks on the garbage crew.
Oh, sure.
And they
Sure.
pick up in our neighborhood before 6 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
And I think like that's a tough gig anyways,
is.
especially when it's
Cold,
winter.
hot,
Right.
everything. Yes, you betcha.
You don't get a lot of break weather-wise.
No.
Last night you had city council meeting.
Yes.
I watched a little bit of it because you can stream it, which is super cool.
It certainly does make it nice for all
Oh yeah.
people.
It seems like that went well, right?
Yes, yes.
It's always amazing, again, I know we talked about this last time you were here, but the amount of business that gets taken care of in that hour and a half,
Sure,
however long it
sure.
goes.
And I always like to remind folks, sometimes
Sure.
it seems like they're just voting yes, 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 and you're just going through the motions. But really, the agenda's online on the city
Sure.
website, and you can click on each item, and there's all this background information that you can read about.
Yep.
So we've all studied it ahead of time.
Right.
So there's not always a lot of discussion on each item.
And that's okay because, again, you know that, not that it's time sensitive per se, but if you can have the knowledge of what you're talking about or voting on ahead of time,
Yes.
makes it easier to kind of get through a lot of
Sure.
discussion.
Sure. Not a lot
or
of
topics. Yeah,
repetition of
exactly.
the same information that's already out there.
Yes, 100%. So I'm excited because you're going to be launching your own show very soon.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes, we're very excited.
Now,
Called
do-
Our City.
Do you have a start date?
Yes,
Okay.
April 17th. And our
Perfect.
first topic is going to be about Spring Cleanup Week.
Oh.
There's always a ton of
Yeah.
questions on Spring Cleanup Week.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody wants to know the good, the bad, and the ugly, and what can I do, and what I do, and when can I do it. And we just really want to get the cutting edge and
Yeah.
get all the information out there as quickly as we possibly can.
Boy, my first spring cleanup week a couple of years ago, I was pleasantly surprised by the amount of people, and please don't take this the wrong way. Please just let me say what I'm going to say. The amount of pickers
Yes.
that go out.
Yes.
I didn't know that was a thing in August
It's
of
a thing.
2012. You know, whenever spring cleanup was in 2012, my first time, and I was like, wow, this is a whole thing. And then I just kind of had to get used to it. And I know people, Mayor, that are going to go out, salvage some stuff, and repurpose it.
Oh, sure.
Which is super cool.
One man's trash is another man's treasure, the old adage. And, it really works here in Muscatine.
Oh, yeah.
And if people want it, why take it to the transfer station when it can be utilized by someone else? Frontline recycling at its best.
Yeah, I'm so glad that the first topic of your show is going to be about that because it makes sense. Like you said, there are just, I
Sure.
bet the phone just doesn't stop ringing with people wondering,
Lots of questions.
how many tires can I put out?
Yes.
And I'll tell you this right now, I put my old dishwasher in my alley yesterday. So have at it. And I think we had this old vacuum, and I set it in the alley, and I'm not exaggerating, Mayor, I think it was gone in less than 10 minutes, which
I've
makes
had
me
it
feel
happen.
like, is someone watching my house, or are they... Wow, it was gone that quick. So, hey,
And you
know
know,
what?
don't you want someone else to have it if they need it?
Oh, 100%.
Absolutely.
Please, by all means.
That's right. That's
take
right.
it. And that's how I feel about the old dishwasher.
Oh, sure.
I hope when I get home it's
Sure.
gone.
Yep.
Because it still worked,
Yeah.
you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so who are you going to have on the show as that first guest then? Or is it just going to be yourself?
So we're going to have someone from the transfer station there,
Perfect,
Christy
okay.
Corpy.
Yeah.
She's currently
Right.
the director of the transfer station, but she's retiring actually the next week.
Oh, my gosh.
So we got her right at the tail end. So she's going to
Congratulations,
be there.
Christy, yeah.
And also the streets department
Okay.
will be sending somebody over because it's kind of a combination
Sure.
job, spring cleanup
Yeah.
week. It takes a
yeah.
couple of different departments to pull that off.
It certainly does, and I think that's important. You know, when you see the extra vehicles, it also creates some jobs, right?
Yes.
Because you need to have more crews out there. But yeah, you know, when you see folks that are working to clean up your stuff, give them the benefit of, you know,
They work
courtesy.
so hard
Oh, yeah.
through that spring cleanup
Oh,
week.
yeah.
It is a huge job. And it's also not a service that all cities provide.
Sure.
And so we're very, very fortunate that we have that in our community.
100%. Yeah, I think people might take that for granted. You know, it just it doesn't exist everywhere. So
That's
are
right.
those the right dates? Yeah, spring
Yes.
cleanup week, April 27th or 23rd to the 27th. Excuse me. You can see that right on the screen. Yeah. So let's scroll down just a little bit, Ryan, and show everybody to make sure they understand. Keep going a little bit. My wife had an idea a couple years ago. She was going to make a tire garden.
Uh-huh.
So one day I came home from work and there were like 8 tires in my yard.
Uh-huh.
And I'm not going to say that there were the same tires in my yard a year later, but that following spring cleanup, I found out that I could only put so many. That's why I mentioned that early on.
Sure.
I could only put X amount of tires out. We still have 2 of those tires. They're going out that week.
Well, here's the thing.
Yeah.
You have to take those to the transfer
No,
station now.
I can't put them out anymore. See, this is why I'm glad you're here.
Yes.
And this is why we need everybody
Yep.
to watch
And
the
it's
show.
all on the flyers explaining it, but we're going to talk about
Darn it.
Uh-huh.
I can't. I don't mind going to the transfer station.
Sure.
I ran down there just this past weekend because I had some cardboard.
Uh-huh.
And I love, every time I'm down there, I'm like, I can just toss my cardboard in here and then I can throw some, grass trimmings or whatever. But I've been down there probably half a dozen times.
Oh, sure.
And every time I'm like, oh, this is fantastic.
Yes, it is.
And
you can even, I had a little mini fridge down in my office at City Hall that died.
Sure.
And we got a new one,
Yeah.
and my husband delivered that, and then we had the old one. Well, he put it in the back of my car, and I drove to the transfer station. Now you can just drive through, and they actually even unloaded it for me.
Wow.
I mean, it couldn't be more handy than
Right.
that.
That's pretty cool. Chad, do we have the intro for the mayor's show? Can we roll that just so people can see? Again, April 17th, Our City with Mayor Diana Broderson. You can live. So here's what this intro is going to look like. And as far an exact time, do you have the time yet?
Yes, 6:30. It's going to start at 6:30. It's
Okay.
going to run about a half hour, 40 minutes, depending.
Perfect.
But
6:30 p.m. or
6:30
a.m.?
PM.
Okay.
PM. Oh, yes.
Just want to make sure. 6:30 p.m. April 17th. Here we go. Check this out. So I hope that based on looking at that intro, there's a common theme. communication, of course, but it's also sunny in every single image that's in your show. So I'm hoping that when your show starts, if that's when spring officially starts, that's
that'd be
fine.
nice.
Oh my gosh. I'm watching that footage and I'm like, look at how awesome Muscatine looks when it's not gray everywhere.
That's right.
Not to say that it doesn't look great always, but
True.
boy, when you got the big light bulb turned on,
Yes.
oh, it really looks fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's going to be a lot of fun, I know. This is something that you've wanted to do, again, because communication is important to
It
you.
really is.
And transparency,
Yes,
right?
and we believe that, and well, we know that there are so many good things going on in our community
Sure.
that everybody doesn't know about.
Right.
If you watch the rest of that intro, you'll
Mm-hmm.
find a really nice informational piece on Sunset Park
Yeah.
and the Learning Center program that goes on down there that a lot of folks in our community aren't aware of.
Absolutely.
And so we're looking at this really as a way to get that information out to everyone.
Yeah.
Our art center will be the second week.
Cool.
So our second show.
Sure.
Our art center, we are so blessed to have that in our community.
Yeah.
We have no idea how fortunate we are to have a community this size have the pieces of art that we have right there that
Absolutely.
you can just walk in and look at.
Right. That you could, yeah.
It's amazing.
And there's not some, $50 ticketing
Exactly.
fee
Right there.
Yeah,
Yes,
here-
yes.
yeah,
So
no, you're
we just
totally
want to
right.
bring that great stuff out there for all the homes.
Well, I think it's going to be something that people are going to enjoy watching. And again, April 17th, 6:30 p.m.
That's right.
April 17th is
Tuesday.
Tuesday. Okay.
So
'cause
it'll be every
yeah.
Tuesday evening at 6:30.
Oh, perfect. All right.
Yes.
Every Tuesday at 6:30.
Yes.
On the city's Facebook page.
Yes, it'll be
and
streaming
YouTube.
there. It'll
Yeah.
be in a variety of places, and
Cool.
we'll get that information shared out
Perfect.
as soon as we have all of those venues lined up. And we already know most of them.
Yeah.
Chad will be able to share
Yeah, as
all
far
of the
as-
different ways that it's going to be out there.
It's great. And then this is also something that's really exciting. On April 25th,
Yes.
your youth job fair. So
Right.
having, my first job, I was 13. I sold Christmas trees, and then I worked for the Park District of Oak Park, where I grew up. I always had jobs, and I think that this is wonderful. So talk a little bit about this for folks that are going to see this that might have some young people in their house that could use that good seasonal job.
Sure. So April 25th from 4 to 6 at the Muscatine High School in the Commons area, we are going to have a youth job fair. Really, it's an opportunity for youth to line up their summer jobs. The employers are going
Sure.
to be there that are looking for summer help. Parents can come with their youth and help them navigate around and find the job that fits them the best, and really have an opportunity to learn those work skills that they're going to need for the rest of their lives. Maybe save a few dollars and do something positive this summer, and take advantage of the skills that are out there just waiting to be learned.
When I was landscaping, Mayor, and I was 14, I was rich.
Oh yeah.
I was rich. I was making $10 an hour cash, no taxes back in the day.
Uh-huh.
IRS don't come after
And no
me.
bills.
Yeah, well, yeah, no bills.
Right.
And I remember my friends just would look at me like, why did you have all that money? And I'm like, because I'm doing back-breaking
Exactly.
labor.
Yes.
Landscaping is tough. I was
But
also,
you learn things.
I did. I learned how to drive at 14,
well.
which is not legal, but I had to. But the landscaping business isn't even open anymore,
Oh,
so
sure.
it's okay. But it was a good experience for sure,
yes.
and I do think it's important, to have that support of Iowa Works involved as well.
Yes, they are. They're teaming with me, and
Mm-hmm.
they're doing so much work.
Sure.
Getting out there, visiting with each of the employers, and getting them to attend that day so that we can match people up.
And I'll tell you what, we're sitting in a place that employs a lot of young people.
Sure.
A lot of young
Yes.
people. And one of my favorite parts of the weekday is when we have this shift of people that start working at 4, and it's predominantly high school age kids.
Yes.
And when they get here, it's often at a perfect time. We're just starting to get like crazy busy, and then they walk downstairs. And I always will say, like, the cavalry's here.
Uh-huh.
They've arrived to
There
come
you
to the
go.
rescue. And I
Help
think
us.
that the majority of them would, have fond and good things to say about their work experience
I'm
here.
certain.
And that's hopefully the same no matter where they're working. If it's a
Yes.
job with the city as a lifeguard at the aquatic center, that's a lot of responsibility. I don't think people realize that if you're a lifeguard.
Being a lifeguard's very
Yeah.
hard. Yes.
I mean, it's called lifeguard for a reason, right? Like, you have to pay attention. So And again, we sometimes will say, we'll paint with broad brushstrokes when we talk about young people and say how they're, tethered to their devices. Well, when you're a lifeguard, you can't have a phone in your hand.
Absolutely not.
When you're working here, you can't have a phone.
No.
So,
No.
And
Most
I think
of
that
the
there's
jobs these days,
Yeah.
leave your phone in your car.
And I think I have the only job where I'm like allowed to use my
Sure.
phone, which
Sure.
is, I like that. But it serves a purpose. But no, I do think it's important for young people to have opportunities
Yes, I do
in
too.
Muscatine because, like you said, it's just going to set them up for success. And it could, quite frankly, even help their performance when the school year starts back up
Sure.
again.
Yes,
right?
yes. They can learn all kinds of skills.
Yeah.
Time management.
Yep.
Priorities.
Sure.
Yes.
And the Y is another place.
Yes, it is.
I think about the classes that my kids have taken that are instructed by high school. My oldest is taking swimming lessons with a girl that's on the the high school swim team.
Sure.
So it all makes sense for sure.
Yes,
So
it
again,
does.
can I see that graphic one more time with the job fair? April 25th, and it's at the high school. Show up, tell your kids. Zoom in a little bit on that box with all the details, Ryan, if you could, just so we can make sure everybody sees that. Thank you. April 25th, 4 to 6, MHS. Come on out, get a job, and I just think of the parents that will feel so good if they know.
Oh, sure.
Once summer starts, their kids got something to do.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. It's going to be peace of mind for the parents.
Sure.
It's going to be a win-win for the employers and the employees. The students are going to have a great summer.
They are. All right. Well, you are certainly busy for sure. Like I said, I was watching the city council meeting last night, and it's a busy day with everybody wearing blue on top of everything else. So I appreciate your time. It's good to see you.
Thank you so much, Tony. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome. Our City, April 17th, 6:30 p.m.
Yes.
Check it out. Hosted by Mayor Diana Broderson, which is also very cool. Each and every week, you'll be able to learn something about Muscatine that maybe you didn't know or that you're familiar with. And I would probably say that based on how you are, if folks have suggestions for the show, you'd be happy to
absolutely.
have them,
Absolutely.
right? Yeah. Yeah.
Send me an email, post on our Facebook page.
Sure.
Give me a call.
Yeah. You're accessible. That's for
That's
sure.
right. That's
Sometimes
right.
I just run into you here.
Oh, all the time.
Yeah, and I'm like, hey, you want to be on the show? And you're like, yeah, that sounds good. I'm like, I know you're just checking out, but
It works.
Right.
We're fortunate to be in a community where
yeah.
we run into each other all the time and we can be neighbors.
Yes. That's what I love about. One of the things I love about Muscatine is just the amount, especially working at a place like this, and with your job at the Y, you see so many people all the time.
Yes.
And that's a great thing.
It is. We get to be a part of each other's lives.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
that's
it's
great.
it just, I don't know. I feel good every day I walk in here, when I walk into places in this town,
That's
and
right.
just have a night. Everybody's just they've been so welcoming,
Yes.
Why would I ever leave? I don't want to.
No reason to.
Yeah. Amen. All right. Thank you again. I appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
All right. So listen, we're about almost 10 after 9 this morning at Hy-Vee today. Chef Tess is now cutting up a cabbage. Yeah. Regular cabbage or
Just red cabbage.
muscatine purple cabbage?
Just red cabbage.
Is that musky cabbage?
Musky cabbage, yes.
Chef, when people think of Hy-Vee today with Tony Tone, they think of rustically chopped vegetables.
Do
But
they?
again, this is all for National Public Health Week and the demo you're going to be doing later on this afternoon. Some healthy options. For sure, there are a lot of people that are diabetic and have to adjust diets and things. And again, that's where someone like yourself can come in and say, hey, here are some ideas, here are some recipes, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I know that, I'm glad you mentioned that, because I know that we tend to sample some things that, like super loaded grilled cheese sandwich.
Sure.
Things like that. Chorizo chili topped with cheese curds. Like, we do things that are on that end of the spectrum.
Sure.
But all of the other, like, super health-focused items that you might need help with at home, that's all accessible here, too.
Sure.
So I can help you with both sides of things. There's plenty of people here that can.
Well, and also keep in mind, we have this giant health market that's part of the store that has so many great options. And each and every Friday, it's Fuel Up Friday. You get a fuel saver. There's organic produce right around the corner from where we're at. As a matter of fact, can we get the Toyota Muscatine cart cam to just go straight back from where Chef Tess is, straight ahead, and there's organic produce. I just want to show off again how easy it is to find things in the store. And then there's a couple other things I need to mention as well. Ooh, look, a little behind the scenes action. Nice. So we're set up near seafood and the chef station. But as you walk, as Betsy, who's got the Toyota Muscatine car cam, walks straight. So she's going to come right about there. There's organic produce, and then there's some on the left as well. So that's what I'm saying. Like, whether it's organic produce or not, there are a ton of options if you're trying to eat clean or just adding a little bit more fruits and veggies to your diet.
Absolutely.
And then as far as recipes go, pick
I
our
have
brain,
people-
ask questions, right?
Yeah, I have people stop by all the time while I'm working, and they're just like, hey, we're trying to eat a little bit better at home, trying
Yeah.
to incorporate more veggies and clean foods. I don't even know where to find this. I've never used it before. Where can I find it?
Sure.
How can I use it? And it's just as easy as that. So just stop in and stop me while I'm working, and that's what I'm here for.
Yeah. Yeah. And do you know where the sesame oil is?
Yes, aisle number 2, aisle number 3.
Aisle 27, everybody. All right. Yeah, look at the behind the scenes action. That's pretty cool. So, okay, yeah, a couple things to mention. We got to talk about the team staffing job board as we head into the weekend. If you or someone you know is looking for a job in Muscatine and throughout Muscatine County, our friends at Team Staffing, who are on Lake Park Boulevard, kind of like right by the Happy Joe's. You know where that is, right? Well, that's where Team Staffing is. They're right across the street. And the job board has a couple good openings. Second shift forklift openings. Reach out to Brooke, 563. That's okay. 563. I got to memorize these numbers. 316-7636 or careers@teamssi.com. That's a good one. What else is on the Team Staffing job board? Let's see. Ooh, assembly machine operator. You're a smooth machine operator. Dun, dun, dun. You're a smooth machine operator with production coordinator as well. Starting pay up to $15 an hour. Hot dog. Call our boy Alan, who's been on this show, at 563-316-7638. Yeah, and maybe you can sing that song when you show up. And another one on the old job board is third shift general labor. Ooh, that's a fun graphic, too. You're going to call Jenny. Oh, Jenny's back. Jenny, I got your number. It's 563-316-7635 or careers@teamssi.com. Do that. All right. Is that the last one on the team staffing job board? Perfect. Thank you. Appreciate that. So coming up this weekend, right, we have some hot deals that I'm going to show you if we can. And then there's also this truckload paper and laundry sale that's going on. We'll show you a little bit of that as well. That's sort of when you walk into the store. Doing laundry is not fun. It's not. I did a load of laundry this morning, and I hate it. But my washer and dryer should get an MVP award for the amount of laundry that we do. Like, they're the real champ at our house. It just consistently works, right? So buying things like laundry detergent, I know are not the most exciting, but when you can save money at the same time, a la the truckload paper and laundry sale, you should. So we're going to get the Toyota Muscatine car cam in that neck of the woods in just a second. And then I can tell you about these hot deals. So these are good through Sunday. You got red grapes. You've got the Skinny Pop popcorn. Skinny Pop popcorn. That's like a Poison song, right? And how about some Hy-Vee chocolate milk, half gallons, Prairie Farms lemonade. And if we scroll down a little bit, hey Barb, JJ Bakery Pies. Barb just got a shout out. Totino's Pizza Rolls. The secret to the Totino's Pizza Rolls, let them cool off for a second. Otherwise, they can be like putting lava in your mouth, right? Or dip them in ranch. That's a good move. And then we got a couple more hot deals. So these, again, are always good through Sunday. And starting next week, we're going to roll out a pretty cool ad that you can get in store that's going to have some fuel savers on it as well. Is there a second page to that hot deals? Yeah. Okay. And then I can see the Toyota Muscatine car cam. Betsy is, she's right where she needs to be. So this is all that truckload. It's from paper towels to toilet paper to laundry detergent and more. You can find it throughout the course of this weekend here at your Muscatine Hy-Vee, all right? Okay, looking ahead to next week. On Monday, we'll talk to Kyle Bass with the Muscatine Riverhawks semi-pro football team. We'll also chat with Nicole Duhlmeyer, who is the pharmacy manager here at your Muscatine Hy-Vee. Tuesday, we'll chat with Karen Schaub and Mary. It looks like it's Chalupa, but it's pronounced differently, Mary. I don't want to get it wrong, but Karen and Mary are going to be here talking about the Parkinson's Support Group. Look forward to having them here. And if we look to Wednesday, Paula, there's some people with tough names to pronounce next week. Paula Levasseur. I apologize if I said it wrong. Paula is with New Horizons. We'll chat with her as well, and we look forward to that. So a couple of things again. Hopefully you wore blue today. Don't you like how that just slid right in? Hello there. So the hashtag is, where is it? It's Great Childhood Muscatine. So if you're wearing blue, hashtag Great Childhood Muscatine, okay? Check that out. Get that blue on today. And I think we'll probably take a picture with Chad and Ryan and Betsy and Chef Tess, everybody with Hy-Vee today, since we're all rocking the blue. And what else? Tomorrow's the Domestic Violence Shelter New Beginnings fundraiser, which is sold out. Unless a couple seats pop open, you can call MCSA if you want to. And then don't forget about Sunday, the 11th annual Special Needs Easter egg hunt. Thanks so much to Jenny and Kathy for being here. The fact that they're putting together an event like that, it's a lot of work, of course. 4,000 eggs, and it's important to have things for children and adults with special needs. They're not different, okay? I think we could all benefit from being a little bit more kind to each other, and that includes children and adults with special needs. So just keep that thought in mind for the weekend. Is it going to snow and rain? I don't know. I certainly don't get paid to guess the weather. But what I do know, friends, is the sun will come out one of these days. And what I hope that we get is a little bit of a spring before it becomes 98 degrees and full of humidity. So we'll see what happens. Thank you for watching. Catch the rebroadcast of Hy-Vee today on Muscatine Power and Water Cable Channel 5, thanks to Remax. And I also want to give a shout out to our friends at CBI Bank and Trust. The Super Bank is located right there. Boom. You can see it from the aisle cam. Peeking out is the CBI Hy-Vee Super Bank, which is open on Sundays. Can't say that for a lot of other places. Where else can you do some banking and some grocery shopping on a Sunday? So that's pretty cool. The Super Bank right here at your Muscatine Hy-Vee. All right, this is Tony Tone. Have a great weekend. We'll see you Monday at 8:30. Hy-Vee today at gmail.com. You can see the email address on the screen. If you know someone we should talk to, reach out. You can always send us messages on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and so on. Also, thanks to Muscatine Mayor Diana Broderson for being here. Don't forget to check out her show, Our City, starting on April 17th at 6:30. All right. Take care. I kind of want to do a David Letterman move, but I don't want to be rude and throw this card because this is the Great Childhood Muscatine. So maybe, and I don't want to risk hitting a camera, but one of these days I want to fling something just to see where it goes. It'll give you that 3D effect. All right. Have a good weekend. We'll see you Monday right here. But for now, bye.
Thanks for watching Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone. We'll do it again tomorrow with more local guests from in and around the Muscatine community. Questions? Comments? Know a great guest? Reach out to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone on Facebook or via email, hyveetoday@gmail.com.